Hello, everyone. Welcome to my workshop. I'm Cindy Drozda, and I am here once again on a windy Friday. And yeah, I've got something to do today, but let's let's get started with just a welcome to everyone. And this is the last live stream of the year for me. I know this is weird, but the year's not over yet, but I'm over. Uh, well, no, tomorrow I'll be on, but this is the last live stream, actual live stream, Tool Talk. So yeah, nice to see everybody here. I got a couple of comments put up while the intro video was. Oh, wait a minute. Huh. Am I live? I got audio? I do have audio, right? Yeah, I do have audio. Right. Somebody would have said something. Just checking. This tech always gets me. So, yeah, welcome to everyone. I saw Paul from across the ditch and our good friend David Drickhammer, who, are we not doing anything here? What's going on? Oh, there we are. Okay. And John and Richard and all kinds of people here, and I am so happy to see you all. There's Hyam, and yeah, sound is good. That's good. Lee is here, and I know my friend Todd Rains is here in the studio to talk to us in a minute. Dick, happy holidays to you and everyone. Oh, and yes, if I seem a little flustered, it's because this is imminent here. There's a lot of wind in our area. Dave Hawley lives in close to me in Boulder, and the power company has decided that in case there might be a fire from power lines going down because of the wind, they're going to just shut people's power off before it happens. I know that's probably safe and all, but it's kind of weird, and I hope my power doesn't go out. Probably not, but who knows? Who knows? Oh, in Canada, it's sunny. That's cool. I think that's from where Todd is. Oh, am I herding cats in the background? My friend Catherine, who lives in Sweden, she's not actually Swedish, um, had sent me this Christmas garland of cats. So I guess, yeah, I'm herding cats in the background. So they're hanging there right behind me. And it's just a silly thing for today. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, Southern California does it too, right? Uh, well, the thing is, there was a big fire and over 1,000 homes were lost a few years ago. So we're really paranoid around here. All right. So enough of that. Let's get to what it looks like here today. And the cats behind me are just going to be a distracting, weird, silly thing today. But you got to be silly once a year, right? So, notice the lack of snow. The wind always blows the snow away. It's 60 degrees outside F today, which is about, I think, 14 C or something like that. And my friend Carter spends a lot of time indoors when it's cold out. He did go out today, but he came back in and it's nap time. I do this live stream every 2 weeks. And my friend Todd, who is here, are you here? Let's see. Let's see if this works. It's not working. All right. So we're going to just have to do it manually. Okay.
Hey,
Here's
Cindy.
Todd.
Yeah, thanks for just popping in. Let me pop in for a minute. I'm not doing a live stream next week, the 26th. So I'll be back in January. I think the 9th.
The
So
ninth.
9th. Yeah. So thanks everybody for a wonderful year of live streaming and joining us and on these Friday afternoons.
Mm-hmm.
And wishing everybody a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and yeah, I'll see you in the new year.
Very good. Thanks, Todd.
You bet.
Now let's see if that works. Okay. Sometimes the tech works, not very often. Yeah. So Todd is on. He would be on next week, but it's Boxing Day, and so he's not going to be there. Carter and I celebrate Boxing Day too, with lots of boxes everywhere because you know how cats and boxes. And I am going to be back January 2nd. That's 2 weeks from today. So, wow, less than 2 weeks left in the year. And the longest day of the year is this Sunday, day after tomorrow. Cool stuff. Todd and I also do a free Zoom sharing session, and our next one will be in February. I don't know if we've picked a date in February yet or not, but something like that. February. So, subscribe to our email lists, and I will post, let's see, mine in the comments, and then I will post Todd's as well when that's done loading up, and there we are. So if you sign up for our newsletters, either of our newsletters, you get the Zoom link in an email. And so yeah, that'll be in a couple months. Tomorrow I'm doing part 2 of my multi-axis ornament, and let me show you, and we'll get rid of that distraction, won't we? Let me show you what we have here. Yeah, let's get something to look at them on. So here are 2 of them. These are the ones out of the picture, and 2 weeks ago for part 1, I did the globe, turned multi-axis, and here's what the blank looks like. Multi-axis layout on both sides. And this tomorrow, I'm going to be doing the bottom finial. I already did the top finial, and talking about some of the ways to decorate these. Oh, by the way, there's a little LED light inside. You can see it right there. And when you turn the top finial, it turns the light on. Loosen the top finial, it turns it off to save the battery. You can also replace the batteries that way, but this is really cool. And I'll be talking about how I decorate the inside with the gilding with chameleon flakes. And here's another one. Now this one also has, oh, but this isn't glued together, so it's not actually working. Need to glue the top finial on. This one has windows made cast from UV resin. And I'm going to talk about casting UV resin in a few different ways tomorrow. So we'll do 2 types of casting. We've got I've got several of them. We've got a casting that's in a mold, a deep pour casting, and you can do this with UV cure resin. Pretty amazing. Embedding objects, like this is some German crushed glass, and this is a couple of these little miniature pine cones. Embedding an actual object, that's a tough one to do. And then this is more of a domed casting, not in a mold, but no mold required, on a piece of plexiglass to go in the window. So I'll be showing that tomorrow. And let me put in the comments my website where you can sign up. So I can also put this up. Very good. And so that's what I'm doing tomorrow. So what am I going to do today? Well, I'm really kind of in the mind focus of this multi-axis ornament and the resin casting and all that. So what I'm going to do today is turn the top finial, just to do something that's part of this project so you can see it, even though I've already done it in the actual.
Hey, Cindy, do you mind if I pop in for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just looking at the YouTube streams, There's people on the vertical stream and the horizontal stream. You may want to explain why they're seeing a
Oh,
compacted view.
am I
So,
actually streaming
yes.
vertical?
Yeah, I
Okay.
can see both. And there's
Okay.
lots of chat on the vertical stream and
Really?
some on the horizontal. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Well, thanks, Todd. Yeah, an
yeah.
explanation is due here. And you can see right now both of us in the vertical, and this is just me in vertical. Um, StreamYard, this platform that I'm on, now offers streaming to vertical, like for a phone or something, as well as the regular horizontal stream, like I've always done. And I'm new to it. And so I thought I wasn't doing the vertical because it's really hard for me to, uh, most of the stuff I do, like, well, when I was over here showing stuff, it doesn't really work that well on the vertical, right? Uh, unless I move it over, and that's a whole nother setup for me to figure out. And someday I will get it to where I've got a vertical stream that looks normal. But uh, please do comment if you like the vertical stream, and if you're watching on there and you would rather see me do vertical, that makes more sense. Okay. um so yeah, let's see who's here. I even got Scott Hampton. Yay. Scott was doing lots and lots of demos. I don't know if he's still got any more coming up. Oh, and Wrangler is here from New Zealand. How about that? Let's see, what time is it in New Zealand? About 8 a.m., I believe, in the morning. Oh, and Michael McEwen is here. Uh, yes, Todd had mentioned this about the vertical and horizontal. And yes, the horizontal is lots better. Oh, here's another little weird thing you can do. Where do I find it? Up here. I can put all the comments uh, scrolling up right here in the sidebar. So let's see. Let's get this out of here. And right. So okay, don't like the vertical stream. Yeah, too much of the chat show. Oh, that's an interesting thing. Um, yeah, limited chat from when the stream started. I don't know why that is. I really am not sure what's going on. Yeah, I think it might be a generational thing. I am so used to horizontal video that the idea of watching something vertical on my phone, I'm just not connecting with it. I don't TikTok or Twitch or any of that vertical stuff, but I gotta do it, because it's one of those things that keeps us young, I believe. So, yeah, pretty cool stuff. And we'll see. Just let me know. Here's another no for the vertical. Yeah, for demos for sure. Um, the the portrait orientation is that vertical thing, and so if I was going to do vertical, I really kind of have to have cameras set up for vertical so that, like, when I go to something over here, you actually see what you're supposed to see. And this is kind of weird anyway, but here's what you're supposed to see here. And we'll just go there. Um, so yeah, I don't know about where I'm going to go with it, but yeah, true enough. There are tons of people out there who like to watch everything on their phones. And Scott is doing a Christmas demo on Christmas Eve. Oh, for Worldwide Woodturners. Yeah, well, put the link for them in the comments if you would, Scott, because that's a really good thing. That oh, that's not what I wanted. Huh. I want this still. Now we're over here. We're messing our tech up. Let's there we are. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to get back here, and I pushed the wrong button. And let's get that chat if you like the chat on the screen, like I've got there, all the comments showing up, that means that if you're on StreamYard and somebody comments on YouTube, you'll see it right there on the screen, whereas in the actual comments below the YouTube video, you won't see it. So there's our tech lesson for today. If you like that, let me know. Um, you know, I don't know. The reason I said keeps you young is because and I know I'm getting off the track. One last little thing here. Somebody told me that there was a survey done of people who lived to be over 100, and there were 3 things they all had in common. Number 1, they exercise every day. Number 2, they socialize. And number 3, they kept up with technology. So I'm thinking, here I am just saying, that's vertical. I don't need that stuff. And keeping you dumb and all these comments that we make. And then I say, yeah, but maybe that's the piece of technology that will leave me behind, like my 91-year-old friend who doesn't do email, doesn't go online. She's really isolated right now. So, right. Okay. Well, there's a chat no vote. Okay. Anyway, all right. So let's go get something done here. I've got my chuck and I was doing something else. I was getting ready here to mount one of these little cabochons, because what I have to do once they're cast is I have to mount it in the lathe so I can turn it down so I can mount it in the windows, because it comes out of the mold. It's just kind of a rough thing. This is really cool though, this casting. So I'm not going to do that today. I was just going to turn something. I know everybody likes to see chips more than they like to see talking and stuff. So we're going to make some chips today, and that'll be good because I've got a few of these ornaments that I started that need finials. Yeah, so Martin makes a good point here. It covers some of the screen, but I see that in the vertical, actually vertical right now, let's see, if I was to move this over, will it move over? No, that's as far as it goes. Okay, let's move over here. Okay, now our little vertical is good. Okay, this will be great. But vertical, the chat, not that other chat. What does that other chat do for vertical? Oh yeah, it covers up some of there's not enough room on vertical as it is. So, right. Yeah. Oh, good point, Bob. Vertical is not for TVs. It looks terrible. Yeah. Oh, and thank you so much, Robert, for this comment. Is there any chance Santa might be stopping by with a batch of finial gouges? Well, as it turns out, if I didn't have a demo tomorrow, I would be making them right now because I got the blanks. I'm going to start grinding them, nose to the grinder, grindstone as soon as the demo is done, and I will be sending them out next week. So what I'm going to do is, since I've had it out of stock on my website because they're not in stock and I don't do back orders. I'm not that sophisticated. So I'm going to make the button live again Sunday or Monday or whenever I got something to ship out. And I've been keeping a list of people's emails who might want to know about that. So if you want to be notified when the finial gouges are ready and you haven't already sent me an email about it, send me an email and let me put my email. Oh, I thought I had it ready to go. Okay, anyway, you can find my email pretty easily. I might actually have a no, I don't. I don't have a QR code for it. All right, never mind. Oh, and very good point, KK. Wood turning is technology. So we've got our sophisticated machines here. We've got our tooling, and I think what they meant by keeping up with technology was, number one, communication. And right now, the internet and email and text and all the you know what that we maybe don't want to deal with is communication. all those apps and stuff with it. It's communication. You may not want to do it that way, but that's what it is. The other thing technology is learning. And if we are always reaching for something new to learn, I think that's what keeps us young or helps us to live a long time. Let's see. Okay, so Jennifer doesn't like vertical. Oh, you can't change to horizontal? That's weird. Oh, your phone. Yeah, I don't know what to do when if you're on the phone, you should be able to turn it sideways and watch it horizontal. And sometimes what it does is it makes the horizontal video in your vertical screen, and that is kind of not so great. Yes, on the laptop, it's I don't know, better than on a phone, but all right. Yes, okay. Well, oh, Todd, you could put my email in there, or I could do it too. Why do I not show it in my list of things here? One thing that is always true for me is if you, oh, no, there we are. If you go to my website, you can find my email. I'm not one of those who hides their email address. Yes, I will be showing a finial gouge, and I forget how much they are. You have to go look on my website. Oh, now that I can put up here. So here is my website. That's easy enough. I think they're 89, but don't quote me on that one. Oh, learning to make some small ornaments. Yes, and Christmas trees. That's cool. So when we as woodturners look for another project to challenge our workflow and our design sense and maybe our tool use, doing something new with the same tools we have. Yeah, it's fun. Kelly Dunn, there's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Now on YouTube there are 2 live streams. So Jennifer, if you weren't finding the horizontal one, I'm not sure how you do this, but I am streaming to YouTube twice. So if you're on YouTube, you can watch it either way, and I don't know how to do that. So you know that where are we? That technology thing. And here Todd put my email up. Thank you very much, Todd. It's also in the comments on every platform you're on. Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, Cindy at cindydrozda.com is what it is. And, if you can find me easily with a name like Drozda, there aren't that many. So I now have a piece of wood ready to make a finial. And what I got to do first is so here's my top finial. It's got a recess for this little LED light. So the light looks like this. And when you turn the top, it turns it on. Turn it counterclockwise, it turns it off. So this little part here gets recessed into the top finial. And then you can turn the top finial to turn the light on and off, and also to change the batteries. So that's what I have to do first, is make a recess for this top of this light. And I'm going to do that by starting with drilling a hole. Let's go all the way out so you can kind of see what's happening. And I love this part of everything I do where I have to drill a hole. My good friend Lyle Jameson gave everybody this tip a while back, where if you drill a hole through your tailstock ram and also through the Jacobs chuck Morse taper while they're in together. Just drill a hole right through it. Of course, I use my milling machine, but I think Lyle just did it with a hand drill. And then I have this little pin that goes in there. And now, not that that's really applicable here, but a lot of the time, if you're drilling in and you want to back the drill out, if you're backing a drill out of the wood, it can pull the Morse taper out of the socket, which is not good. All right, so first thing I have to do here is not this, but first thing I have to do is face off the end here. So I'm just going to get my bowl gouge and make a cut across the end here so that it's squared up and cleaned up. And now I can drill my hole. You can see the RPM there on the upper left corner. And just to help the drill bit out, I'm going to make a little mark with the corner of my parting tool. Let's see, was there a question? The chuck and jaws that I'm using, let's go have a look over here. It's an O'Donnell. I think I moved, yeah, because of, and we'll go all the way out here too. This is Axminster. I'll turn the lathe off so you can actually see it. It's quite a handy set of jaws for doing something like this because all this material here gives you a good mass to hold so that when you grip out at the end of the jaws, it doesn't tend to spring them like almost every other pin jaw type of thing I have. And so it brings the piece away from the knuckle buster over here without compromising the hold. And it's got a little dovetail, internal and external. And also, you can't see it in this view. You'll see it when I take the piece out. I'll show you there's an internal long spigot as well as the dovetail. So now what we're going to do here. Oh, where did I get the LED lamp? The LED lamp, maybe it is this one, or are you talking about resin curing? I'll go over a lot of that tomorrow, but if you signed up for the multi-axis ornament, there's a page of links you can find. I think you can find that on my website anyway. Oh, the Finial light. That's what you meant. Of course. This little thing. Amazon. They are called balloon lights. And there are two styles I saw that are nice for our wood turning. Yeah, the one for the ornament. Sorry, I don't know why I thought that. And yes, the speed readout is in the upper left corner. Oh, now wait a minute. The vertical doesn't show the speed readout. Well, okay then. I guess what I have to do if I'm going to be a vertical person is I've got to move that overlay over to the middle so that it would be right up here instead on the screen. I kind of like it unobtrusive off to the left. Okay. David put this long link in there. It's in the comments though, so you can find it. There are two different styles. One of them's that tiny little one I like, and the other one's longer, brighter, and bigger, and all of that. So what we were about to do here is drill a hole. So can I do that? No, I've got to go back in. Let's drill the hole like this. Oh, actually, I could go over here. That's right. Now we'll drill our hole. I slowed the speed down to, I don't know what it is, but you can see it 900 RPM. Okay. And I know that this light needs a, we're going to try to get out here where I can show you what I'm doing to do the depth. The light needs a larger diameter than this drill bit, and I don't have a drill that will make the exact diameter. And I don't have a scale on my tailstock ram. So what I'm going to do is make a pencil line right where the casting is and put the ruler up there so that as I advance the drill bit, it will show me my depth, which is 3/16 or 5 millimeters. So that's just a kind of a quick and dirty way to do it. That's one of the ways to do a depth if you don't have a tailstock ram scale. One of these days I will install one. Yeah, this vertical is kind of strange. I'm usually not here. I'm usually at the lathe and off screen. Yeah, that if you want to distill your Amazon links down to something that is not so long, look for the beginning. It goes https:// and then some stuff. When you see a question mark in the URL, everything on from that is useless. So just copy and paste the link from the HTTP to the question mark and not including the question mark, and that'll get you there. So yes, and here is KK doing just that, right? They're good. They're used for a lot of things. Balloon lights are a good thing to search for because that's something that they seem to be. If that seems to bring up a whole lot of them. All right, now I need to make this hole bigger because it doesn't fit that little thing yet. It doesn't fit. Let's maybe we can do this. How is that? Okay, very good. So I got to open out the hole. A lot of ways I could do that. My favorite current way is to use my thin parting tool here, and I'm back up to full speed. And I'm going to just take a little bit off. You know, I don't need to be perfect about this. The other thing, because, okay, I don't need to be perfect about this because I'm going to be gluing it in with epoxy, which is good and gap filling. I'm also cleaning off the bottom of the hole because the footprint of the drill bit is always kind of a dome in the middle, which is not good for when I remount this. So let's see how it fits. That's a tight fit, which is actually kind of good, but that's a little too tight. If it's a tight fit, then I can get the ornament set up without having to glue it together and check how everything works. That's probably too loose now, which is fine. That makes things easier. Oh no, that's very good. It won't actually turn until I glue it in, but it'll be easier to take it in and out and then do the gluing. So this is good. Now I'm going to shape my finial. Okay, so this is a good tip. If you want a maybe not as pinpoint accurate, but darn close enough with your tailstock ram, extend it out by a certain amount and count how many turns. Like you could do that line on the ram up at the casting and just see how many turns of the wheel it takes. And that way I could index my tailstock hand wheel. Ooh, I like that idea. Thank you. Thank you. I love stuff like this. Where I learned something from somebody else just because we were here on stream together. Cool stuff. that sharing session that Todd and I do is really good for that sort of thing. All right, now I'm going to make my finial, and I think tailstock support would be nice because I am planning on, there's two ways that I could do the workflow here. One is I could have my tailstock up like this and turn the whole thing down to, it'll be real skinny at the headstock end and needing support. Or I could right now, I could do this, let's do, well, what's next here. I'll give you the moment at which I could decide to reverse chuck it at that point. So I'm going to first set my caliper for the diameter I want the base of the finial to be. Okay. And all the rest of that wood is basically not needed. So this is the size that my finial wants to be. And the base of it is going to be a little bead about 1/4 of an inch long. That's 6 millimeters to accommodate that recess. So I'll bead down to, oh, vertical can't see this. I thought I had that. I thought I had it figured out. All right, we're showing it in vertical too. Very good. Okay. I'm making a bead that goes down almost to the, oh, let's see. What can you see here? That's all the way in. That's all the way out. Okay. You can't really see too well, but you could see it if I got the tailstock out of the way, and I think I might need to focus. Well, that's as focused as we get. All right. Right here next to that recess, I have a little flat on the bottom of my top finial, and I'm going to chamfer that to undercut it. And of course, you vertical folks can't see that. There we are. Let's set vertical for, that. So what I just did was I used this skew-shaped scraper to get in there and undercut that surface so that where it fits on the top of my ornament, where this top finial, let's see, how can I show this? The top finial fits up against that top of the ornament, and I want it to fit firmly and also maybe cover up some of the threads on the light. So I made a little bead, and I'm going to, for that bead, have it end in a fillet right here. Fillet smaller than the bead here. Oh yes, I did say I wanted the tailstock. So we'll bring up our tailstock. Ah, yes. So I'm trying to accommodate vertical. And this is the tool that I'm restocking. So let's take a minute and talk about that over here. Where am I? So the cats are weird. Let's get me out of here. What I have for this gouge is it's got a 40-degree angle on the bevel. And there's also an angle to the sweep of a tool, the angle of the shape, which is about a 15-degree angle. And I sharpen it. Oh, and also that. The cutting edge bevel is reduced to a 1/16 of an inch, about 1.5 millimeters wide. I sharpen it on a platform set to my desired bevel angle. So here's what it looks like. It is a 3/8 10-millimeter diameter Thompson deep flute spindle gouge. And I have ground a 40-degree bevel on the entire shape, tip and wings. The sweep angle is about 15 degrees, giving me a sort of pointy looking tool, but it's actually not a point. It's actually a little radius on the very tip. And then I freehand ground away the heel, leaving the cutting edge bevel at about a 1/16 of an inch wide, 1.5 millimeters. So that's what I'm using here. I call it my Finial gouge, and that is the one that is out of stock at the moment. So here's a good question. Usually when I do a two-part presentation, you sign up for number 1 or number 2 or both. I'll just keep working while I'm talking about this. But this one, I didn't really clue into the fact that it was going to be way too long until a couple days before. So this time, the cost of session 1 includes session 2 as well. So $25 gets you both sessions. If you didn't attend number 1, you get the video. If you attended number 1 and you can't attend number 2, you also have 2 videos. So right now, what I have is, John, our comedian, yes, there will be a quiz to make sure you watch the video. A pre-qualification, no, just kidding. So at this point, here's my decision time. I said I can do this 2 ways. Well, I could at this point sand the bottom of the bead, or maybe I'll sand the whole bead. But the point being that when I put this on a jam chuck, I won't be able to access the bottom of the bottom bead because it'll be up against the chuck, up against the headstock. So I'm sanding that completely, and let's get this out of the way. I don't really need it yet. Sanding that 400, 600, 1,000. And 1,000 is actually good enough for a colored finish. Usually, though, what I'll do is then take Abralon 2,000 and 4,000 and just polish it up even more, get the scratches out. And now I'm going to bring back the tailstock because I want the support as my piece gets more fragile. Because what I'm going to do here is, rather than parting it off now and turning it around and putting it on a jam chuck, I'm going to do all the turning and then put it on the jam chuck just for drilling the hole in the end. Right, so here's how long it's supposed to be. It's 1 1/4 inches, which is 32 millimeters. So we'll go right about there is how far I'm going with this. And that'll theoretically leave me enough for a little bit of a jam chuck. Oh, that was the wrong cut. You're supposed to cut this way. Or maybe this way. And I don't need that wall of end grain there for sure, so I may as well just more or less get rid of most of that. Just to get it out of my way while I'm turning. And I've got the shape here. I'm going to put my little drop thingy right about here, I think will be good. So the shape I'm looking at, I've got a bead at the bottom with a fillet above it. And then a little, I'm calling it a drop on the very end. And the drop wants to be 1/4 inch in diameter, 6 millimeters. So in case everybody is wondering, yes, we are going to have a raffle today. And I've been yakking so much, it's kind of moving on to raffle time pretty soon. But don't get too carried away and start trying to guess what you think the code will be or the prize, because I'm going to do that as soon as I get all this turning done. So here's what the drop looks like. It's got a cove at the top and a bead, half bead at its bottom, bead transitioning into this, I don't know what you'd call it, of almost a flame point. I call this a drop, and it's kind of inspired by Laurent Niclot, who makes these things, and he's got some French word for his little drop that he puts on the ends of things sometimes, plonk or something like that. And I'm not French enough to get it right. So I just call it a drop. Don't want to be too thin right here because everybody, me included, even though I know better, tries to turn the light on and off with the tip of the finial. Let's see, yeah, right here. All right, so am I ready for some sanding? I'm thinking so. We may as well get a bunch of this just out of the way here. I will probably do the last bit of sanding on the jam chuck, truth be known. All right, now let's do, are we done? No, we're really not done. This cove thing doesn't look all that great yet. That looks good. Okay. we're going to start sanding with 400 and slow the lathe down to, I think it's going to be about 1,000 RPM. Oh, it does kind of look like a bishop. Yeah. Oh, could I sing a Christmas carol while I turn? Huh. No, I am not a singer. Believe me, you don't want to hear that. All right, so I'm starting with 400, sanding the cove from the low to the high, and folding the paper, getting a little radius, sanding. Well, maybe I don't need that stiff of a radius. Little radius sanding tool to get down in that small cove that my fingers won't fit into. And the bottom of the bead, the top of the bead. Here's where it's going to be probably easier, and also no reason why not do it on the jam chuck. So we got 400, and that looks better. 600. I'm sanding this more than you will usually see me sand in a demo because I want to finish this and I want to get the sanding done before I do the jam chuck. I mean, I want to, I want to finish this is the right terminology. I have a plan for an ornament that this one will go on to. So I don't just want this to be a throwaway demo piece, and I want to do a colored finish to match the bottom finial on that ornament. 600, 1,000. I'm using my fingers radius here, which works fine on that large diameter, but on the small diameter, I can't fit my hand in there, so I gotta use the sandpaper. You'll notice I don't ever sand the fillets. Fillet is this thing. It's a little punctuation. I'm going to be doing the entire coloring and lacquering on the jam chuck. So there will be enough access for finishing. Now let's get our 2,000 and 4,000. Okay, Cheryl asks why? Why what? Go ahead and ask and I'll do my best. Okay. Oh, that's what Laurent uses, plock. The sound made by a solid object hitting a liquid surface. Like, yeah. So Laurent does that, plock. And he's French. He pronounces it very cool. When I do a finial design, I have some sort of guidelines. And the main one is that I'll have kind of graduating smaller and smaller diameters typically. I won't duplicate any dimensions. So you won't see me do a plock the same diameter as the base. And my cove will have a different diameter at each end. And the plock will be bigger than its fillet. And so will the bead here. And the heights there will be different heights of all the elements, that sort of thing. Do I develop as the wood tells me what it should look like? No, not for finials. For hollow forms, okay, maybe, yeah. All right, so now I'm ready to part this off, and I'm going to do that. And I'm not, why I don't sand the fillets, because they cut so clean they don't need sanding. They're so small you couldn't tell if they were anyway. And if you start sanding in there, it tends to distort the shape. So that's why. All right, now I'm going to let's go out here so you can see the whole picture. I'm going to grab this and part it off, take the tailstock away, and get my parting tool in the other hand and part it off right about here. So let's get back over here where you can see it. And I'm going to get the tailstock all the way out of here, and I'm holding on to it. I point my finger down my parting tool, and that finger is contacting the tool rest. This gives me like almost as if I had two hands on my parting tool. Tool rest wasn't tightened down. That's not good. So I'm taking it off about here. And there we are. Now I need to make a jam chuck, and let's just find out if yesterday's jam chuck is close. Oh, that's going to be good. So, all right, let's just take this out and put, did I mark number 1 jaw is the question. There's, let's see, vertical can't see this too well. No. Number 1 jaw. And did I mark? It doesn't look like it. Usually what I'll do if I know I might have to put something back in the chuck is I'll mark, that might be a good place right there. I'll mark where the position that the piece was in the jaws. It's not going to happen today. Got any other questions in here? Okay. Where did I get the Live Center? Yes, I make those. They're on my website. Guess what? They're out of stock too. But guess what else? I got more stock. All I have to do is finish making them. That's it. And yes, my website, I will put that in the chat here so you can find it. Okay, I guess that's caught up on questions. So now the big question in my mind is, how's this going to go? Is it going to spin true? Well, that's pretty good. It's going to be good because I had to take a tiny bit off anyway. So I'm going to take a little off, and hopefully it will fit now. That's a little tighter than even I want it to be. So I'll take a little more off. It's not spinning true. So I'm taking off, essentially, I'm taking off not the same amount all the way around. So what I'm truing up is not a complete circle or a complete, turning, but it's going to be centering it up pretty well. Oh, these things tend to go on. Sometimes I have to knock it into place. Oh. This little jam chuck tends to not center up real well. So here's, oh, we got our vertical off kilter again. Sorry, folks. Keeping up with vertical. Not really easy for me. All right, there we are, verticalized again. I'm going to turn it on, make a little mark, and do a tap on the mark. How are we doing? Tap on the mark. It's getting closer. Oh, have I gone too far now? Really, this jam chuck should be better than this. But somehow these, for some reason, these little jam chucks never quite go on like they're supposed to. Oh, for crying out loud. We're just not getting anywhere. All right, I'm going to try something else. I'm going to try, because this really should be working. So I'm thinking it's not going on all the way into that recess. And maybe it's not bottoming out properly either. What a chucky work. Well, you know I love rubber chuckies, but I think in this case, no, I don't want something tightening on. So this is going to be fine. I'm going to say fine, which is not quite like perfect, but it's kind of like good enough. Well, I should use my spindle gouge here. I want a little flat on the end. I want it to come to a bit kind of more of a smaller flat, but at the very tip, I really can't have it be completely a point if I want to drill a hole in the end for a screw eye, which I do. So I made a little mark. Let's see if we can see it over here in the end with the corner of my parting tool. And now I'm going to get a drill bit that should be the right diameter for the little screw eye that I want to put in the end. You know, I don't usually use these kind of screw eyes. I usually use little jewelry findings, but this one gets a screw eye. And how does that look? Like the right size. Okay, I think I got the right drill bit pulled out of the box over here. Very slow. And I'm just doing this, holding it in my hand, pushing the drill in, and pulling it out to clean out the chips very, very frequently. I want to drill in deep enough to anchor this little screw eye all the way to the base of its little eye part. And I think that will be good there. I think that went in enough. All right. Now we've got a little more sanding to do and some finishing to do. Tad more speed for the sanding. It's not spinning perfectly true, but the sanding is going to even things out well enough that it's going to look great. And that is, at this point, the only thing I care about, is that it looks great. So what size is the screw eye? I believe it is 9 millimeters long. We'll measure it here in a second. Let me get this sanding here done. I know I'm going a little over time on my live stream target, which is an hour, but I'm thinking here, this is something I wanted to do anyway. You are all here. You can always leave if you didn't want to be here. So I may as well share the whole project with you instead of just quitting because time's up. So that's my feeling today. $2,000 and $4,000. Oh, ha ha. Will it be horizontal or vertical tomorrow? Horizontal. And it's not live streamed, it's recorded. So I don't know what you would do to watch it. If you want to watch it on your phone, maybe hold the phone sideways. But I'm going to show a lot more than I'm showing here with this little bit for the vertical view. And Martin, absolutely. There are so many ways that a person can make a ornament hanger, and a fish hook is one of them. There are also jewelry findings that work for that. And there are little things you can buy at the craft shop. Fish hook's a great idea. I don't really know how much fish hooks cost. Oh, you can also, I saw Rex Birmingham one time do an ornament, and he just took some pretty colored wire and he twisted around, he put it around a metal rod, the diameter of the inside of the screw eye he wanted, and he twisted the wire together to make like a twisted stem for his screw eye, which was great because the twisted part offers a little bit of whatever you call it for the glue. It offers some bite for the glue. All right, so what I'm doing here now is I don't think the verticals are going to see. Oh, let's see what we can do. What if I just did here? Well, vertical doesn't really see it too well, but trans-tint dye is what I'm going to use. And I'm using it full strength right out of the bottle, not diluted at all. And then I'm going to top coat it with this Krylon clear matte finish spray. So trans tint, my color of choice, which is violet today. Get the lathe turning just a little bit so that it'll allow the wiping to happen naturally. And I'm able to get all the way into the bottom there. I'm able to get with a fold in the little paper piece down into the fillets. I need some more stuff down into the fillets. That's better. And it's a fairly heavy coat I'm putting on. This is a penetrating dye that is thinned with alcohol. Although I didn't thin it, there's some amount of, there's a carrier for the pigment particles. And I'm calling that the thinner alcohol. All right, now we let it sit for a little while. And I'm going to turn up the speed to about 500 RPM to slow. And the spray coat doesn't, it like does a spiral as I spray across, to fast, and it will sling using centrifugal force. When you start going faster with the spindle speed, the centrifugal force will sling the lacquer out to all the largest diameter areas. So, yeah, who'd have thought? It's almost black. It's like a dark reddish purple. Perfect. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I got my can of spray, and it's matte finish because the dye soaks in deeper into end grain areas than side grain. And in a piece like this, you got end grain and side grain all in every area. And then the lacquer also soaks in deeper into the end grain areas than the side grain. So if I have my lacquer thin coat, it'll soak in deeper in some places than others, which means if there's any sheen, gloss to the spray at all, one that way to cover the tailstock facing areas, if there's any gloss at all, we'll see shiny areas in the places that it didn't penetrate as deeply. So now we just wait for it to dry. Matte finish, so since there's no sheen, we'll have a more consistent sheen because there really is no sheen. So that's my strategy for finials. This one, I am going to wait until it dries before handling it. I'm not going to rub it out. If I start waxing it or rubbing it out or buffing it or any of that kind of stuff, I just start rubbing the dye off of all of these side grain areas. So side grain and end grain. Oh, never mind that. Let's just go on to our raffle. So what we're going to do for a raffle today is we got couple of things. Where did I put it? Okay. So the code is #multi-axis. No spaces, no dash. Case is not important. And here's what we are giving away today. I'm going to draw 2 winners. And can we get this vertical? Okay, yeah, that'll be good. And we've got multi-axis layout tools here. This is made by the Woodturning Tool Store, and it's a 6-segment layout device that I used on my multi-axis blank to do that layout. And this is courtesy of our good friend David Drickhammer. These are 3D printed center finders, a much improved design. Very, very nice stuff. They come in 2 sizes. You'll get one of each. The little ones are only purple, so too bad. You'll have to take purple. And the big one comes in blue or red. So one person gets a blue one and one person gets a red one. And if you don't specify, you just get what I send you. But if you want to send me an email, that's great. So this is something where I'm going to mail it to you, which means it will go out on Monday. And have we got some comments yet? Okay, very good. We got lots of people entering. This is good. This is good. If you spelled it wrong, like where did I just see one? Steve, you need to do that one again. And it's fine. So it's like that, or it could be like this, or any combination of case. Let's see, where is that I just saw? They go flying by me. Joan, no dash, please. So just do it again. It wants to be like that. Okay, so I'm going to get set up for that here with this. Let's see if our tech is working. No? Oh, come on. You were doing so well earlier. All right, I'm going to have to do it manually. There we go. So, okay, so we're ready. And when I click the draw button, we're going to pick 2 winners. And you can't win twice. This system is very sophisticated. Oh, I guess I can turn my lathe off. I left the lathe turning until the lacquer solidified just so there wouldn't be any runs, but it was such a light coat there won't be runs anyway. And I'll show you this as soon as we get our draw done. So 2 winners, and I need your address. So if you're not in my system from having ordered from me before, you'll have to email me. I probably have your email unless you're on YouTube, in which case you're going to have to contact me. All right, so are we ready? Are we ready? We have 101 entries. Going to draw 2 times. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, good luck, everyone. Good luck. We're going to have 2 winners. I recognize so many of these names. Thank you all so much for being here. Hey, Cheryl. Yes, one of the names I recognize. Congratulations, Cheryl. All right, so let's draw again. You got another second to do it. Like if you spelled it wrong, enter again, and you can still do it. Oh, and if you put an @ instead of a hashtag, you got to do it again, I think. I'm not really sure about that because I don't know if you have to have the hashtag, but please put it in there just in case. Hashtag is a number sign or a pound sign if you're old. Okay, Cheryl wants the blue one. Very good. Okay, very good. Oh, and Kent, you can't put the space in there. So do it again, and we'll wait on you to do it again. Okay. We're going to send Cheryl the blue one. I actually have enough reds and blues that if the second person wants a blue one, that's fine. But the little ones are only purple. Okay, Kent's got his, and Frederick's in. Oh, except no space. I don't think that's going to work there. So enter again. And if you're trying to scam the system by entering more than once, this system is too smart for that, and it will not count you your second and third time. Okay, Frederick, you should go again because you got that space in there. I don't think that's going to work. All right, so we got 105 entries, and we're going to go again. Pick another winner for the multi-axis layout tools. Thank you so much to David Drickhammer for the 3D printed center finders, and Woodturning Tool Store, my good friend Todd, for the divider templates. He has those on his website, by the way. Oh, and I should put that in here, shouldn't I? Okay, where is there? You can get those if you didn't win one, and he's got a set of, I don't remember how many, but it's so many different divisions, like 4 and 7, that you could never calculate on your own very easily. All right, here we go. Draw again. Go. Okay, we're going to have another winner. And I'm not going to be doing any mailing today because I've got to get ready for this demo tomorrow. So they'll go out on Monday. Yay, Patty Jennings. Another name I recognize. Great to have you here, Patty and Cheryl and everybody else. I just love this stuff. All right, let's get that out of here and me here. And we'll go see if this is going to work. No, it's not working. All right, so there we are. Okay, well, very good, everyone. Thanks for being here with me. Let me get into the vertical format. Very good. I'm a little bit over time here, so I'm going to say goodbye and Merry Christmas. Happy everything else. I'm a big fan of celebrating the solstice, which is Sunday, and I will have a much needed party day after tomorrow's presentation. So that'll be great fun. And I will hopefully see a bunch of you there tomorrow. You can still sign up. Here is the link to sign up right here. And if you sign up now, or if you sign up later, you get both videos and all the links and the plans and everything like that. So if you've never been to one of my online classes, try it out. I give away tickets sometimes, not today, but often I do. But yeah, it's worth a risk. Just spend 25 bucks and see what you get. And if you don't like it, I will give you your money back. But I think you're going to like it because I put a lot into those presentations. All right, shall we bring Todd in to say goodbye? Yes, he looks ready. That should have done it. Oh, maybe he's not. Yeah, there you are.
Thanks, Cindy. Yeah, great demo. Went a little over time, but it was nice. You did the whole finial. So
I needed to make this anyway, so I figured I'll just let everybody watch the last 20 minutes. Why not?
There you go. Well, good. I'm glad everybody joined and had a great time, and we'll see you all in the new year.
Or tomorrow. Todd is the moderator at my presentation, so you'll see him there too. He's the tech support and the guy who makes everything happen. So
yeah, I'm all set up. I'll be co-hosting tomorrow, so we'll see you then for sure.
See y'all tomorrow. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye. And end.